Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about what LOTI is going to be up to in its 4th year. Now, right since the day we started, we've been really clear that we're not technology driven, we're not data driven, rather we're outcomes driven. We care about tech and data to the extent that they can deliver real world changes that matter to real people. And one of our core missions is to make sure that technology, data and all their associated tools and methods, these incredibly powerful approaches, are available and at the service of London's biggest policy and service challenges. So in year 4, you'll notice that in our action plan, we have placed outcomes literally and visually right at the centre of everything we do. And the way we're now talking about our work is to explain that we can bring 4 things to the table. We can bring our people, our community of amazing digital data, technology and innovation professionals from right across our membership. They are available to bring their skills to tackle those thorny challenges. We've got expertise in technology and in data, and we've got a set of methods for great collaboration, for great innovation, with which we can get good things done. Now, when it comes to outcomes, we know that London has got a huge number of major challenges, as all major cities do right now. We can only do a certain number of things well at any one time. And so the 3 that we are prioritising over the next 12 months are looking at net zero, supporting London with its climate change goals, tackling digital exclusion in the capital, and lastly, focusing on how we can radically improve aspects of social care, one of the areas of public service delivery that's under the most pressure right now. So let me talk you through some of our headline initiatives for the year ahead. The first area we're looking at is people, and for obvious reasons, in that if boroughs can't access the talent they need in the fields of digital technology and data, none of the amazing things that we talk about for the potential of digital transformation or better use of data are ever going to follow. And yet boroughs often really struggle to hire the skills they need because they're competing with private sector salaries. So what are we going to do about it? Well, a number of things, but 3 headline initiatives in this area. Number 1, better recruitment support for our members. We're working with expert headhunters to help boroughs go out to the market in better, more rigorous, more innovative ways to reach people and attract people from out of sector so that we can get that talent into local government. We're working on building a library of exemplar job descriptions and building more sophisticated salary benchmarking tools as well, so boroughs can approach the market at the right level. Even if we do all of that really well, our second initiative is based on the fact that it's probably not realistic that every borough can have every single skill set it wants in-house. Instead, we're looking at building a common pool of talent, particularly in areas of hard-to-fill skills, that we can then hire as part of LOTI, but then share out right across our membership so that those skills are available and to reduce boroughs' dependency on agency staff and other forms of consultancy support. And last but not least, it is vital that boroughs grow their own talent. And so we're going to be looking to work with corporates and other major providers to get quality training programs available to staff already working in London local government. The second area we're looking at is technology. And of course, technology powers every single local public service at some level and most of council's back office functions as well. So it's vital they've got the right tools to do the job. We've got 3 things planned over the next 12 months. Number 1, we want to develop better relationships between boroughs and technology providers. We know that it's often very difficult for boroughs to find out who are the latest innovators in the market, and we know there's companies out there who've got great tools to offer but struggle to know who in local government they should talk to. We're delighted therefore to be working with Tech UK to figure out how we can facilitate better conversations between the 2 sides to bring the very latest innovation into the local government market. The second area is a vital one. It's cyber security. All boroughs take cyber extremely seriously already. We want to help them stay a step ahead of the cyber criminals. We're therefore looking at how we can help them use innovation and collaboration to find new opportunities that they couldn't act on alone. We're beginning our first pilot on attack surface mapping with 7 boroughs in the first 6 months of this year. We're going to be looking for further innovative pilots to trial beyond that. The last area is in the smart city world. A few months back now, we held our first net zero design sprint, looking at how London can use technology, data and smart city methods to bring about our climate change goals. We identified a number of different pilots resulting from that, including supporting energy retrofit for London residential properties. We'll be taking that forward as a pilot and looking for other opportunities to take smart city tech and put it at the service of one of London's most existential challenges. The third area we're looking at is data. Now, right from day one, LOTI has been involved in supporting data collaboration, both between boroughs and with other parts of the public sector, and that work's going to continue into year 4. We've just hired London's first ever Pan-London Information Governance Lead, whose job it will be to oversee the process of creating information sharing agreements that ensure vital public services can continue to be delivered, and also to ensure we can innovate on those services using data, but without having to wait months or if not years for every borough to agree the same paperwork to ensure it's done legally, ethically and securely. The second area is data ethics. Now, lots of boroughs have read about data ethics. A lot of them have got policies on data ethics. We now want to help them put it into practice and ensure that those principles become part of their everyday way of working, so that the use of data by all boroughs isn't just done in a legal way, but in a way that is truly worthy of citizens' trust. And the final area is just more data projects. The way that we can win hearts and minds about what data can do and help boroughs upskill themselves to use data in better and more sophisticated ways is to put it at the service of real service challenges. We're already working to support projects in the fields of homelessness and the cost of living. We'll be looking for other opportunities to bring data to improve public service and outcomes for Londoners. Our fourth area is methods, and this is the area where we really want to show what digital innovation in its very broadest sense is capable of doing. Now, one of the areas that is in most need of radical innovation is social care, where costs are unsustainable and where the outcomes of many parts of those services are lagging far behind what everyone would like to see. We're going to start by doing a design sprint in November this year, bringing experts from lots of different fields together to think about how we can develop radical new service models that address social care needs in more human, more effective and more sustainable ways. Following that design sprint, we hope to support at least 2 pilots to trial those radical new service models to show what can be done when we don't just think about the technology and data, but change the processes, the ways of working, the culture, the mindset and the collaborations between public sector and other organisations. The last area we're looking at is digital democracy. True digital transformation starts with the user. And there's many cities and countries who are further ahead of London and the rest of the UK at using digital tools and approaches to get citizens' ideas, their voice, their thoughts and their values embedded in the design of services and the policies that we make. Inspired by those international examples, we want to explore what is possible in London and apply that same digital democracy approach to support the outcomes that we care about. Finally, we have a dedicated strand of work looking at tackling digital exclusion in the capital. And that's why we're delighted to be working with the Good Things Foundation with new funding from the GLA to develop London's first ever digital inclusion service that will make sure that every Londoner is able to access the device, the connectivity and the support they need to get online. So that's a quick whistle-stop tour of what LOTI is focused on in its 4th year. Please do continue to follow our work on our website, loti.london, on Twitter or on LinkedIn.